Hey everybody, it's Randy Pierson, Vice President of Life and Annuities for Gordon Marketing. And today with me, I've got Ray Parman, our Regional Vice President for Life and Annuities. And if you're interested in getting into the business owner market, IUL, Indexed Universal Life, is a product that you want to bring up in almost every conversation. If you want to learn why, stay tuned. All right, Ray, so Indexed Universal Life, we've done a lot of Selling Life and Annuities episodes where we've talked about Indexed Universal Life, but most often in a kitchen table, everyday consumer type setting. What are, why should an advisor who's watching this video bring up Indexed UL when they're having a conversation with a business owner?
Yeah, great question there. And, Index UL is applicable to those family type sales, and we do a lot of conversations around that. And there's a lot of features and benefits that are kind of transfer or transcendent from private family to a business owner setting. Of course, with an Index UL, we all know you have that advantage of tax deferred growth on cash value. You have the tax-free retirement story to have a retirement income supplement, that sleeve of tax-free retirement dollars there, and also that tax-free death benefit. Let's we not forget there too. The other two items that a business owner can benefit from too is utilizing that tax-free funds, the cash value that grows up within an Index UL to help fund business purchases for capital equipment, various other items that they may need to procure within their business at a very low interest rate, and it's abundantly, very expeditiously successful is what I'm trying to say there.
So the logistics with regards to a business owner accessing the funds from a business-owned life insurance policy, are they different? Are they more complex? Are there any special nuances that an advisor should be aware of when they're suggesting that to their business owner client?
Sure. Well, first off, if it is a business-owned life insurance policy, that cash value is actually going to be yet another asset on their balance sheet. So that's going to look really good as far as their finances are concerned, and it will actually help with their credit worthiness as well for conducting business. But really, it's not overly complicated. It's just simply reaching out to the home office and requesting a distribution, whether it be by loan or another way. But most times it is through loans, and they're able to do that in short order, and usually that money is sent out the next day within 24 hours.
And just like for an everyday consumer, I'm right in saying that those monies are received by the business to be utilized, as you said, for almost any purpose, any valid business purpose they could come up with on a tax-free basis, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Fantastic. Now, so, when we talk about business owner insurance, business uses of life insurance, we talk a lot about, in utilizing IUL, I'm assuming most of the time we're probably talking about things like key executive benefits, things like that. But can we utilize Indexed UL in buy-sell settings or other death benefit oriented type scenarios?
Yeah, you sure can. And, you're absolutely right. We use that a lot in executive bonus and non-qualified deferred comp because we're, really trying to attract, retain, and reward key talent that we might have. But yeah, if it's more of a death benefit oriented play, it can still be utilized because, for instance, in a buy-sell agreement, say we do Index UL instead of term, or maybe a little bit of Index UL and a little bit of term insurance, that cash value that grows up within those policies in the Index UL, say a business owner wants to go to retire, well, the other business owners could use their cash value to help buy that partner out.
Yeah, have some liquidity for that future buyout. Not to mention, by the way, the simple fact of the matter is that if they own that life insurance for, say, 15 or 20 or 25 years, the actual net cost of the insurance, right, could certainly be less than if they spent that money on term insurance.
Yeah, that's a great comment. And, the other thing, too, even with some folks that are maybe getting up in years still need to fund a buy-sell agreement. Maybe their term ran out. If they're able to afford it, we can do an index UL with an enhanced cash liquidity rider on there. And so, maybe they pay a little bit extra in premium, but 3, 4, 5 years down the road, they can, when they go to retire, they can surrender that policy and essentially get almost all their premium back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we spend a lot of time chatting about living benefits inside of a life insurance contract, things like chronic illness, critical illness. Are those features and benefits, those living benefits, available to a business owner as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Those can be added on there. And that's why this is kind of a self-completing kind of product/strategy, where you have the death benefit, you have the cash value, but you also have those living benefits if you get sick along the way too.
Yeah, and once again, no tax disadvantage to the business owner in exercising some of those benefits, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Because it's just considered an advance on the payable death benefit.
Mm-hmm. Right? That is correct.
All right, so we're running out of time for this episode, but I just want to touch base really quickly on some of the resources that we have available to advisors, to agents, to enhance their position in this small business marketplace, right?
Yeah.
So I know that we've got a partnership with a special carrier or two that specializes in that space. You want to expound on that briefly?
Yes. Just real quick. We have some really nice resources to either help you get a foot in the door with a business owner client or enhance a relationship that you might already have with a business owner client. That it includes complimentary business valuations, complimentary buy-sell agreement reviews, just things to kind of get the conversation started. We have a bunch of marketing collateral, as well as what I like to use is a business owner priority checklist. That'll kind of help a business owner client really get to thinking, hey, what do I need? What's important to me, and where should I start? So a lot of great things. Give us a call.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I'll finish with this. Not only those tools to help guide the agent, the advisor through that sales process with the business owner, but your expertise, your mentorship, your coaching, 20-year veteran in the life insurance business. Certainly I stand ready to assist agents in expanding their market with business owners. We got Brady Doppler, we got Craig Mira. We got a lot of expertise to assist agents in getting into that larger premium, more advanced design business owner space. So if you're an advisor out there and that sounds appealing to you, I'd encourage you to reach out to us here at Gordon Marketing. You can ask specifically to chat with Ray Parman, and I'm sure he can enhance your practice to a degree that you never thought possible. So with that, we're going to call this episode of Selling Life and Annuities to an end. I would ask you to do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video, if you think it's going to impact your practice, do us a solid by clicking subscribe at the bottom of the video and the notification bell. So every Tuesday when we come out with a new episode, you'll be sure to be notified. But with that, happy selling.